Good morning, my dear students. In this particular lesson, we are going to study about the reasons of water pollution and the effects of water pollution. Okay, so again, the reasons are categorized in two categories: natural reasons and artificial reasons. Okay, so we will be studying the natural reasons behind water pollution and artificial reasons behind water pollution. So there are almost 7 natural reasons enlisted in your textbook. The very first natural reason is aquatic weeds. Okay, so these are the plants, okay, which are there in the water body. This grows on the surface of water bodies, and what does this plant do? It absorbs the oxygen from the water. So the aquatic weeds are going to reduce the BOD, that is biological oxygen demand in the water body. As the level of oxygen is going to decrease in the water body, this will be affecting the aquatic animals, okay, which are present in that particular river or sea or ocean. Okay, so aquatic weed is the first natural reason. The aquatic weed also reduces the quality of water. Okay, so it is going to contaminate the water, and that particular water is not going to be potable. Another natural reason is decomposing matter. So the dead plants and animals which are thrown in the water body, okay, the reason may be natural only, but at some time we human beings throw the dead bodies of animals in the river or other water bodies. So this animals, okay, the remains of these animals are going to be decomposed in the water itself. Okay, and this decomposition will lead to the creation of certain harmful microorganisms or bacteria. Then third natural reason is mud or sludge. Okay, now the river current and its diversion. As the river flows, it is going to take some amount of mud or other particles, okay, from the bank. हम लोगों ने देखा है कि जब नदी बहती है या फिर आप लोगों ने सीज में ऑब्जर्व किया होगा, बीचेस में ऑब्जर्व किया होगा कि जब करंट वाटर का करंट आता है बैंक की तरफ, ओके, तो वो जो बैंक में जो भी मड होगा वो मड को क्या करता है अपनी तरफ वापस लेके चला जाता है, अपने साथ एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है वो, ओके, उसमें मिक्स हो जाता है वो सॉइल पार्टिकल या फिर मड का पार्टिकल. Okay, so this is also a contamination of the water body. Another reason is soil erosion. So the soil which is mixed in the water body, okay, the reason may be anything. One of the important or major reason is the rain, okay, rain water. So soil जब erode होता है और वो erode होने के बाद अगर water body में mix हो रहा है, तो सॉइल के साथ साथ जो बायोटिक और अबायोटिक फैक्टर जो प्रेजेंट है सॉइल में वो क्या होते हैं, वाटर बॉडी में मिक्स हो जाते हैं, एंड अगेन दिस इज द कंटामिनेशन ऑफ वाटर. फिफ्थ रीजन इज माइक्रोब्स लाइक फंगी एंड बैक्टीरिया, ओके, व्हिच ग्रो ऑन ऑर्गेनिक मैटर. ओके, दे आर गोइंग टू, सो द माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स और फंगीज which are used to decay the organic matter present in the water body, it is also going to contaminate the water. Okay, sixth reason is algae, as we have studied in the last lecture. So the algae, it is a type of plant, okay, which grows on the layer of water bodies, okay, on the layer of rivers, and this algae is again absorbing the oxygen from the water, and it is reducing the amount of sunlight that is entering in the water body. Okay, so this algae is going to affect the aquatic life. Okay, so again algae is contaminating the water. Last natural reason is nematodes. So these are the biological factors present in the soil. Okay, so whenever due to rain the soil which is added in the water bodies, okay, it also takes the nematodes, okay, and the nematodes get mixed with the water body, okay, with the water. So again this is the pollution of rivers or water. Now these are the natural reasons, whereas 5 man-made reasons are enlisted. The first is domestic sewage. So the domestic sewage from villages and cities is disposed of in river water. Okay, so जो domestic sewage होता है हमारा, okay, गंदा पानी जो हमारे घर का होता है वो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, नदी में क्या करते हैं, रिलीज करते हैं. ओके, शहरों में क्या होता है कि ये जो गंदा पानी है उसको गटर्स जो होते हैं उसमें से वो सीधा किस में रिलीज किया जाता है, रिवर में रिलीज किया जाता है, वाटर बॉडीज में रिलीज किया जाता है. अब ये जो गंदा पानी जो है, जो सीवेज है, जिसे हम लोगों ने ट्रीट नहीं किया है, जिसमें से हम लोगों ने माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है वो एलिमिनेट नहीं किया है, जो हार्मफुल केमिकल्स या फिर मटेरियल प्रेजेंट है उसको हम लोगों ने एलिमिनेट नहीं किया है, वैसे कि वैसे ही अगर हम लोग ने वाटर बॉडी में उसको रिलीज कर दिया है तो वो क्या करेगा, उस पर्टिकुलर वाटर बॉडी को कंटामिनेट कर देगा. ओके, another man-made reason is industrial effluent. So various pigments, bleaching chemicals, okay, leather pieces, fibers, mercury, lead, etc., are released into water. So the liquid waste from the industries which are released in the water bodies are again going to contaminate the water body. Okay, and this is also a prime reason behind the water pollution. Then third man-made reason is oil spillage. So what is oil spillage? देखो बहुत सारे जो कार्गोज होते हैं वो ऑयल लेके आते हैं, क्रूड ऑयल, और सपोज कि वो क्रूड ऑयल का कंटेनर समंदर में ही लीक हो जाए और वो क्रूड ऑयल जो है वो जो लेयर है सी का उसके ऊपर फैल जाएगा पूरी तरीके से. ओके, ये लेयर क्या करने वाला है, जो सन रेज है उसको अंदर एंटर करने से, लेयर के आर पार होने से रोक देगा. ओके, सन रेज जो है वो वाटर बॉडी में एंटर नहीं कर पाएगी, और उसी के साथ साथ जो ऑक्सीजन का ट्रांसफ्यूजन है, ट्रांसफर जो हो रहा है ऑक्सीजन एटमॉस्फेयर से हाइड्रोस्फीयर में, हाइड्रोस्फीयर से एटमॉस्फेयर में जो मिक्सिंग हो रही है ऑक्सीजन की वो भी क्या हो जाएगी, स्टॉप हो जाएगी. ओके, सो द ऑयल स्पिलेज, okay, which can occur while transporting the oil or while cleaning the tankers. Okay, tankers oil into the water. इससे क्या होता है कि जो ऑयल है वो पानी में मिक्स हो जाता है, पानी के अपर लेयर को पूरी तरीके से कवर कर लेता है, और उससे भी हमें क्या देखने मिलेगा, वाटर पोल्यूशन जो है वो ऑब्जर्व हम लोग करेंगे. फोर्थ रीजन इज यूज ऑफ फर्टिलाइजर्स एंड पेस्टिसाइड्स. ओके, so we use fertilizers and pesticides excessively, okay, for agricultural practices, but the excess use of these fertilizers, okay, has led to the pollution of rivers. And how? Now nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, okay, these are certain chemical, okay, which are used in fertilizers. Then pesticides like endrine, chlorine, carbonate containing pesticides, okay, flow and mix with water. So as we know that most of the agricultural practices are performed along the bank of river, and when we use this pesticides excessively on the farmland, this pesticides are got mixed up with the soil, and this soil is again mixing with the water, or else the waste from the agricultural land which is released in the water is going to contaminate the water by these pesticides. Okay, so again this is one of the important reason of water pollution. The other reasons of water pollution may be disposal of human waste, okay, washing of clothes, decomposing hemp and flax in water, then disposal of ashes, floral offerings to God, water from thermal power plant, etc., etc. So other reasons क्या है, बहुत सारे ऐसे reasons हैं, जैसे कि हम लोग अपने जानवरों को नहलाते हैं रिवर्स में लेकर के जाकर के, हम लोग खुद नहाते हैं रिवर्स में जाकर के, या फिर कपड़े धोते हैं, तो ये जो ब्लीचिंग पाउडर जो सब मिक्स हो जाएगा, या फिर जो हमारा वेस्ट है वो सब वेस्ट अगर हम लोग मिक्स कर रहे हैं पानी में अगर रिलीज कर रहे हैं तो वाटर बॉडी को क्या करने वाला है, कंटामिनेट करने वाला है. एटॉमिक एनर्जी प्लांट से जो वाटर रिलीज होता है, वेस्ट वाटर, वो भी क्या कर रहा है, वाटर बॉडी को कंटामिनेट कर रहा है. ओके, सो दिस वर सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ और रीजंस बिहाइंड द पोल्यूशन ऑफ वाटर. नाउ व्हाट आर द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ वाटर पोल्यूशन. वाटर पोल्यूशन का इफेक्ट क्या हमें देखने मिलता है. देखो, इफेक्ट्स ऑन ह्यूमन बीइंग, हमें इंसान के ऊपर इसका क्या 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 असर है इसका. देखो, फर्स्ट diseases like hepatitis, typhoid, डिजीज ऑफ स्किन एंड एलिमेंट्री टैनिंग, ऐसी बीमारियां जैसे कि हिपाटाइटिस हो गया, टाइफाइड हो गया, फिर बीमारियां जो एलिमेंट्री टैनल से मतलब हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम से रिलेटेड होंगे या फिर हमारे स्किन से रिलेटेड होंगे, ऐसी बीमारियां हमें लग सकती है। ओके, स्किन रिलेटेड डिजीजेस, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम रिलेटेड डिजीजेस एंड hepatitis and typhoid. This certain diseases can take place due to water pollution. Then elements of liver, kidneys, brain, deformities in bones and hypertension. Okay, if we are using the contaminated water, it is going to affect our body and organs of our body. Okay, for example, liver, brain and kidney. Then what is the effect of this water pollution on the ecosystem? First, that retarded plant growth. Okay, the plant is not going to grow properly due to water pollution. Then loss of plant species, whatever species which are growing beside a water body, okay, or we are using certain contaminated water for that particular plant, so we are not going to see a growth in that plant. Okay. Third, increase in salt content of water. Okay, the metallic salts, okay, are going to increase due to the contamination of water. Then decreased dissolved oxygen level. So the oxygen level of the water body is going to reduce due to the contamination. Okay, hence it will affect the aquatic life. Another reason is disturbance in aquatic ecosystem. Obviously, as water is contaminated, the aquatic animals which are surviving in the water body are going to be affected. Okay, their life is going to be threatened. Another reason is death of aquatic animals due to contamination of water. The aquatic animals are going to die. Another reason, adverse effects on seabirds. Okay, so the seabirds, the birds which are feeding upon the fishes, okay, those birds are also going to be affected due to the contamination of water body. Now what are the other effects of contamination? Changes in physical and chemical properties of water. जो केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी होगी वाटर की, जो फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी है वाटर की, वो क्या होती है, चेंज हो जाती है. उसके बाद changes in natural color and taste. We have seen so many examples where the taste of water is changed. Now what is the taste of water? Pure water का जो taste है वो क्या होता है, tasteless होता है water. Okay, water is odorless, tasteless, okay, and colorless. But due to the pollution, you will see some color in water. You will experience some kind of taste in water. Okay. Then next is useful aquatic fauna is destroyed. So the aquatic animals or aquatic plants which are there in the water body are going to be affected due to water pollution. Now soil fertility is affected. The fertility of soil is also going to be affected. The soil which is there along the bank of rivers, okay, so the fertility of those soil or those land are going to be affected. Okay, the last effect that we all know, that is toxic materials are added to the crops. So the water which is contaminated, if we use the same water, okay, in farming practices, so the water contains certain harmful chemicals and compounds or metals or radioactive metals. So those metals or compounds are going to be added in the crops, and if we consume those crops, we are going to suffer from certain diseases. Okay, and at many times these diseases are lethal. Okay, so in this particular lesson we have seen the reasons and effects of water pollution. Okay, my dear students, it is very much important to reduce the water pollution, as water is one of the prime source for all of us, for all the other living organisms. Now as we know, this water is contaminated largely by the Homo sapiens. Okay, we human beings are contaminating the water. We are the one who are polluting the resources which is there on the earth. Okay, and we are exploiting these resources. We have to keep in mind that these natural resources are not only there for the human beings, but it is also there for all the other living organisms. Okay, so while using these resources, we must keep in mind that we have to prevent the contamination of these water bodies or other resources, and we have to keep in mind that we must use these resources very wisely. Okay, we must not exploit these resources. Okay, so we can prevent the water pollution. How we can prevent the water pollution? Whenever we are releasing certain liquid waste from the industries in the water body, we have to treat those waste. Okay, जो वेस्ट हम लोग रिलीज कर रहे हैं इंडस्ट्रीज में, उस वेस्ट को हमें क्या करना है, ट्रीट करना है. उसमें जो हार्मफुल केमिकल्स या फिर मटेरियल प्रेजेंट है उसको सेपरेट करना है उस वाटर से, और उसके बाद फिर उसको रिलीज करना है. Then the sewage that we are releasing in the water body, we have to treat those sewage as well. वो sewage को भी हम लोग को treat करना है. There are certain practices, certain processes जिसकी मदद से हम लोग उस सीवेज को क्या कर सकते हैं, ट्रीट कर सकते हैं. सीवेज में जो हार्मफुल मटेरियल्स प्रेजेंट है उसको एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं, और उसके बाद फिर उस पानी को हम लोग वाटर बॉडी में रिलीज कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो ये जो प्रोसेस है, भले ही इसमें थोड़ा सा हमें कॉस्ट देना होगा, थोड़ा सा इसमें खर्चा आएगा, और ये प्रोसेस को परफॉर्म करने के लिए हमें टाइम देना होगा, हमें रिसोर्सेज की ज़रूरत होगी. ओके, हमें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की ज़रूरत होगी, लेकिन ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम वाटर को कंटेमिनेट होने से प्रिवेंट करें, रोकें. ओके, बिकॉज इट इज़ यूज्ड बाय ऑल द अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड इट इज़ यूज्ड बाय अस, and if we contaminate the water, it is going to affect our health. Okay, so in this particular lesson we have studied about the water pollution. In the next lecture we will study about the soil pollution. Okay, until then, goodbye.